careful down there. That fueling equipment was installed by the lowest bidder. One time I had to fly a couple of gas technicians to the emergency room. He just released poison gas into the lower levels. Find a hazmat suit or get out of there. Come on down and stay clear of the blast doors to the south. I'm gonna launch a missile. Fire in the hole. I have to get clear. Head for the exit and I'll link up with you when I can. Okay, you need to find Tracer Tom. He used to drop Paul off in a small compound east of the market. You could start there. Don't lose any time. Your kill switch is 12 hours old.
If you die, our plans will fail. Locate Tracer Tom.
Two?
Yes, a little something to brighten up the lab.
VersaLife?
How can you tell? Is my hair turning blue?
VersaLife has done much to revitalize the community.
Well, they're always hiring. I guess that's something.
I will wrap them up.
No, I can manage.
Very good. Thank you. Please, look around.
Such a quaint little market.
Not advisable for tourists to visit the canals at night.
You are an unfamiliar face on Tonochi Road.
What business is it of yours?
Sorry, I do not wish to offend. Travel in safety. The luminous path watch over you. You may go about your business.
I bet you come from the market. That's where I want to go.
Excuse me. Do you know a man named Tracer Tong?
That is a dangerous question to ask.
I'm sorry. I don't understand.
Hong Kong is not a safe place for strangers. Take my advice. Do not get involved. This is a dead end. I advise you to turn back toward the market. Stay out of our business.
Nothing to see here. The market will close in 2 hours.
None of your concern.
What?
I'm looking for someone called Tracer Tong. Heard the name?
I know you. I know who you are.
Yeah?
You work for the Luminous Path. You should be dead now. But you left Hong Kong just in time.
You have me confused with someone else.
No, it was you. Miss Chow told us. You are the American who helped them steal the sword.
Really,
You cannot stop the Red Arrow. They will control China as they control Hong Kong very soon. You will not leave Hong Kong alive.
Purchase a guidebook if you're lost.
I work for the butcher too. Everybody in Wan Chai Market.
I have made other arrangements.
I never fall asleep. I am one of the best watchmen.
Let alone. I don't like little boys.
This is a bad market. Lots of bad people.
Go. News of Triad Wars. Red Arrow versus Luminous Path.
what do you think of the Luminous Path Triad?
Cowards, soon to be gone. They have to steal weapons because they have lost the traditional arts.
What kind of weapons?
They murdered the Red Arrow leader to get the sword he invented.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Many publications. What's your interest?
What do you think of the Red Arrow Triad?
They will control all of Wan Chai in a few weeks.
You sound certain.
The fighting is not going well for the Luminous Path. Maggie Chow exclusive interview in the Oriental Daily News.
Have you heard of Maggie Chow?
A former actress, well respected. She gives a lot of money to fight drug trafficking and illegal trade. Please put the newspaper back when you are done browsing.
next to the compound Paul used to visit, but I don't know who it belongs to. I think I'm clear now. Good thing the NSA invested in stealth technology.
My brother's name is Paul Denton. I heard that he was a frequent visitor to this compound. Do you know him?
The Romanos path is closed to Guilos.
Paul is no friend of the West.
My name is Gordon Quick. I know your brother, but you are not him. They say you are loyal to Unatco.
I was, before Paul showed up in New York. A day later, I was helping the NSF.
You want me to take your word? You are in Hong Kong now, and we are businessmen. Paul earned our trust by working with us.
I don't have time for games.
No games. We would like another ally like Paul. The Triads are at war, thanks to a woman named Maggie Chow. A sword was stolen from the Red Arrow Triad, and Miss Chow started the war by blaming us, the Romanus Path.
Why is one sword so important?
It is an extraordinary sword called the Dragon's Tooth. Nanotechnology developed by the Red Arrows for Merida before he was murdered. We know that Chow is a liar, but we have no proof.
I'll go speak to her, but first I need to find a man called Tracer Tong. I need his help.
Mr. Tong deals with businessmen, not beggars or strangers who might be spies. Chow lives at 1313 Tonochi Road. Be observant. Find and examine that sword. It is the evidence we need.
I'll help you against Miss Chow, but then I'll need to see Tong, or I won't be your ally for more than about 12 hours.
$50.
75.
Both 75.
Double UO globe, original 1 kilo bricks, pure, 90 for both.
Hey, you!
Who's that?
You made a big mistake, homeboy.
Good evening, sir.
Slow night?
Not at all. Everyone requires sampan now that the Triads destroyed Canal Road Tunnel.
Why'd they do that?
Fighting in the tunnel, sir. 5 nights ago, that is caved in and flooded.
That must have hurt the shops in Wan Chai.
People have died. Yesterday, 4 Europeans arrived, treasure hunters. They are here to dive in the ruins and loot the bodies.
Must be the year of the vulture.
It is an ugly business, but a profitable one. They have given me a commission if I can sell the weapon mods they have already recovered. I have modifications for accuracy, reload, and recoil for 750, 600, and 400.
Maybe later. Not much activity down here.
Activity? What kind of activity?
Anything. The canal's dead.
They've added a section for nighttime. Nevertheless, there's traffic, even when you don't see it.
You mean heroin?
Illegal products, of course, but you find everything in the canal. Things that have been lost. thing people want to forget. Last month, he was the leader of the Red Arrow. He was floating near my house.
You saw the body?
My name's in the paper. I saw the cut across his neck. They are right. It was cauterized.
It was what?
Cauterized. The scientific terminology. Someone cut him, but it was a weapon that cannot be explained with the current technology.
What else do you find? Do you sell it?
Are you? Are you a tourist?
Just curious. I hear the Triads control all the smuggling in Hong Kong.
Yes, the Triads do it. I am the simple merchant. I receive only fruits and vegetables.
By sampan? But you said...
Yes, fresh, from my grocery store in the market.
Right. I will have to stop by and take a look sometime.
I take care of you. Special price.
Paul Denton, I have the blueprints. I must warn you, Oh.
Warn me about what?
I have made a mistake.
Paul's my brother. What's the problem?
No, I have made a mistake. No, I am sorry.
Many bargains at Old China Hand. Everything 8 credits.
Heard the name Tracer Tong?
Tong, yes. Friend of Luminous Path Triad. And by extension, enemy of the Red Air.
What's his reputation among the locals?
Sure, by fair. Very well connected. You want to buy? Biomechanical augmentation?
Just curious. You know of a Maggie Chow?
Maggie Chow, a bad character. Before she was an actress. Now she's everywhere in Hong Kong politics. They say that she's a spy.
Who does she spy for?
No one knows. Somebody paid her a lot of money once, and one of the Red Airs ended up floating in the canal. Dangerous to talk about. You buy in Wen Chai, you pay 12. Here, 8.
Is there a lot of crime in Hong Kong?
Much more than before, yes. Now it's very easy for the smugglers.
What kind of smugglers?
Slaves, heroin, biotech.
Is there really a slave trade?
Oh, sure. Visit Lucky Money underneath Wen Chai, the Red Air headquarters. Of their girls, they are kidnapped in Thailand or the Philippines. Not a pretty business.
What sort of biotech smuggling goes on?
Mostly VersaLife, the golden triangle of biotech.
Why would a multinational corporation smuggle their products on sampans?
Import restrictions in many places. The United States, European countries.
On what?
Certain genetic advances, laboratory organisms, also tiny computers in your tissue.
What's VersaLife trying to develop?
Everything, the second man.
The second men?
English author, Olaf Stepton. You have not read?
Afraid not.
Last and First Man, history of 19 species of human beings. I can't believe you do not know this book.
I'm not big into books. Never mind.
You may go about your business.
Welcome to Queen's Tower.
I'm looking for Maggie Chow.
You must be Mr. Denton. Miss Chow has been expecting you. She is waiting in the living room. Please follow me. I will accompany you. The floor coverings were made by hand in Tibet. Mother Chow, Mr. J.C. Denton.
In the flesh. as dark and serious as his brother.
You know who I am. And Paul? You know my brother?
Intimately. Call me Maggie.
Paul never mentioned you.
That is why he is still alive. He can keep a secret even from his own brother.
But why?
Paul told you about Majestic 12, correct? The conspiracy behind UNATCO?
Just the name.
Majestic 12 sent Paul to murder the former Red Arrow leader. And me too.
And he double-crossed them?
Let's just say I persuaded him to join our side.
What does Majestic 12 want with the Red Arrow?
We are winning the Triad War against Majestic 12's ally, the Luminous Path. We were developing a new technology. You might have heard about a sword?
The Dragon's Tooth, right?
The Triads settle disputes in contests of skill, which includes the crafting of weapons. The Dragon's Tooth would have made us unstoppable.
So Majestic 12, they're trying to tip the balance, give the Luminous Path a technological advantage.
Exactly. I tried to warn the people of the danger. And the Luminous Path calls me a liar. The police have all the evidence they need to settle this, locked up in the station at the Wanchai Market, but they will not act. Go and see. I know the code to their vault. 87342.
It's only fair to tell you that I spoke with Gordon Quick before coming here. I thought he was a friend of my brother's. I agreed to visit you and learn the truth of the situation.
Yes, you were seen. The new Red Arrow leader is Max Chen, and you don't have to go to the Lucky Money for him to know your activities. Now tell me about Paul. Why did he not return?
Paul's on his way to Hong Kong. I don't know when he will arrive.
Then you must think for yourself. In Hong Kong, the truth is seldom kept in plain sight.
We have many prized Buddhas you will observe.
From up here, the city is scenery. A mountain that never changes. But everywhere the sands are shifting. We cannot know who to trust. The police, even our own families.
I could look around, try to learn something about the Luminous Path.
All the necessary evidence is at the police station in Wanchai Market. If only the police would act.
I will accompany you.
The Luminous Path are easy prey. All Majestic 12 must do is wave some money under their noses.
You should not be in here. Get away from there. Let me accompany you to the door. Let me accompany you to the door. Let me accompany you to the door.
Please go about your business.
Those are very
I'm looking for a way into this building.
Use front of building. Only try use sidewalk living back.
Good advice.
Alley not safe. Stay in street.
You have 20 credits, mister.
What for?
I will be honest. It is crash. A big crash. I just need a little for the pain.
A forgotten virtue like honesty is worth at least 20 credits.
You're so kind.
It was nothing.
You're looking for Maggie Chow.
Why? You know something?
She lives upstairs, but don't come in this way. Her guards are the only ones who use the gate. They don't like people snooping around.
Thanks for the tip.
I've got a bogey, no ID. Nope, just nerves, I guess.
Greetings, J.C. Denton. I have been observing you through this fascinating device in your skull. You have found the proof we needed. The Dragon's Tooth Sword. There, inside the glass case. If you wish to be my ally, you will retrieve the sword and await my instructions.
Ms. Chow, we are reassigning you temporarily. Put the long-term agenda on hold until VersaLife has met its deadline. It will be months and probably years before the Red Arrow can influence Beijing, whereas, well, I'm sure you heard about my appointment. We are in position to make a grab for Washington. We can't let this one slip through our fingers. Make sure the process stays on schedule.
Now take the sword to Max Chin at the Lucky Money Club. If you can make peace among the triads, then perhaps I can help you in your difficulties.
Leather boots. For you, 25 credits admission.
No, thanks.
Hey man, where you from?
The States.
We're from Australia.
On vacation?
Let's just wait for Russ.
He's kinda cute. What's your name?
JC. Is this a good club?
Oh, totally. And it's a Red Arrow place? They get everything real cheap. Look, can we ask a big favor?
Sure.
My friend and I. It's so silly. We left our credit cards at the hotel. Think you could get us in?
How much do you need?
Only 20 each. We get in for 20.
Sure.
Right. You like to dance then? Let's go.
You're so bad.
Hello?
Good evening.
Hello there. Great place here.
Isn't it? People have the wrong idea about the tribes, you know.
In what way?
They run the economy. The black market prices in clubs like this let people have a good time. Good evening.
Hello there. Do you know a man named Max Chen?
Of course I know Max, a terrific fellow.
Do you know where I can find him?
In the back room. He runs the whole Red Arrow from here. Hey, you're not with the police, are you?
I'll tell you later.
Thanks for getting me in.
Hello?
Thanks for getting me in.
That was so cool, man. Thank you so much. Do you know Max Chen? He runs this place.
No problem. We go way back. Want to dance?
Bet you've got some moves I haven't seen before.
There's only one way to find out.
Let me loosen up a bit. Mind if I borrow 10 credits to get a drink?
Anything you want.
You're so cool, JC. I'm so glad I met you.
Hello?
Thanks for getting me in.
Hello? 100 credits. A pleasing companion.
Where can I find Max Chen?
Check at the bar, kid. Hello? 100 credits. A pleasing companion.
Sure.
Have a good time. What is your name? What is your job? Do you like to dance?
I've never seen so many troopers. They must be close to a breakthrough.
But which division?
Maybe all of them. Something fundamental. I saw guards in biotech, too.
I think it's just the UC.
They've had that for weeks.
But word has gotten out. Every engineer on the planet.
VersaLife already has the best security in the industry.
Even my game programmer friend in Texas offered me 1 million credits for 1 hour on the UC. Wanted to make the game of life with buckyballs. Joking, of course. We do not wish to be disturbed.
Mind if I ask what you were talking about?
You with the company?
It just sounded interesting. Troops. At a corporation?
Not your affair. Please do not intrude.
I'm not your type.
I just want to ask a few questions.
Look, I was here first. Chen told me himself. If there's a job, I get it.
What kind of job?
Just back off. I got fired at the quick stop next door without even a warning, and I needed cash.
Tough luck.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get them back. And unlock into their computer. It's management, password, code 324. One of Blake's nights. I'm gonna stick it there and trash all their records.
What's a quick stop cashier doing working for the Red Arrow?
And working it.
Shake it!
Yeah!
Move it!
Let's party!
I spill my drink! Hey, Yevgeny! Yevgeny! Where is Yevgeny?
Who wants to dance with me?
I feel silly. You look good. Move your hips a little more. There you go. Like this? That's better.
Have another drink?
Don't mind if I do.
As you were saying?
Well, women back home, they aren't like your daughter. I do very much wish to meet her.
You are very handsome. You must have many girlfriends in your country.
Oh, come on. Nah. You see, my class, well, in the US, either you have nothing or you have everything. And the women of my class? Well, 14 karat gold actually. Not my style at all.
Fine things suit you.
You think so?
You have thin aristocratic wrist.
Oh, stop it. It will go to my head.
Beer is 15. Wine is 120.
Can I ask you something?
What do you want to know?
Despite all I've read about the triads, I wasn't prepared to see them operating in the open, on the streets, and wearing uniforms. Doesn't the Chinese government care?
The Chinese leave Hong Kong alone. They barricade the roads to control trade to the mainland, but they know how business is done.
I would think the secret smuggling operations of the triads would disturb the Chinese government.
Maybe the Luminous Path, but China knows that the Red Arrow are business owners, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and that they protect the city from outside influences.
You said outside influences. What does China fear?
China is the last sovereign country in the world. Authoritarian but willing, unlike the UN-governed countries, to give its people the freedom to do what they want.
As long as they don't break the law.
Listen to me. This is real freedom. Freedom to own property, make a profit, make your life. The West, so afraid of strong government, now has no government, only financial power.
Our governments have limited power by design.
Rhetoric? Do you believe it? Don't you know where these slogans come from?
I give up.
Well-paid researchers. How do you say it? Think tanks? Funded by big businesses. What is that? A think tank?
Hardly as sinister as a dictator, like China's premier.
It's privately funded propaganda. The Trilateral Commission in the United States, for instance.
The separation of powers acknowledges the petty ambitions of individuals. That's its strength.
A system organized around the weakest qualities of individuals will produce the same qualities in its leaders.
Perhaps certain qualities are an inseparable part of human nature.
The mark of the educated man is the suppression of these qualities in favor of better ones. The same is true of civilization.
I'm looking for Max Chen.
Is that so? What is it about?
Maggie Chow sent me.
Oh, the beautiful Miss Maggie. You'll find the door just behind me.
I'll get a drink later.
You see, my class, where in the US, either you have nothing or you have everything. And the women of my class, well, they're spoiled. Whereas your daughter, see, she's the perfect example. Born not with a silver spoon in her mouth, but...
wooden chopsticks.
Yes, good, that's very good. Exactly. And that's why she understands the important things. Food, shelter, a good life.
That's a very nice watch.
Thank you. So kind of you. A gift from my mother, actually. Not at all. Excuse me, sir. This room is off limits to club patrons. I suggest you leave.
It's okay. I'm here to see Max Chen. He'll expect me.
An American. I hope he likes what you have to say. Isaac is letting anybody back here these days. The one-chai merchants are being stubborn.
Stop complaining.
You must be Max Chen.
So?
I have found something in Miss Chow's apartment that might interest you.
Is that so?
The sword was never destroyed. It was stolen, and she is the one who stole it.
Preposterous.
I have it right here.
But Miss Chow?
She works for a group called Majestic 12. She's using you and the Red Arrow for her own ends.
No, you must be mistaken.
Think about it. She murders your predecessor, hides the sword, pushes the Red Arrow into the war with the Luminous Path, and then, what next? The Triads are weakened and an outside group seizes power. Sound far-fetched?
Oh, there must be an explanation.
Perhaps you should meet with the leaders of the Luminous Path.
Perhaps. For now, take them this message. I will stop hostilities until I have completed an investigation.
Boss,
What is it?
Marty at the door said we have trouble. Soldiers coming in. She said there was some kind of magnet.
MJ-12 troops. They must have followed me. You were right. Maggie Chow is a con artist.
You have proof.
Yes, I found the sword in her apartment.
Good. Inform the Red Arrow Dragon Head. Then we will see who is the real traitor.
I've already been to the Lucky Money. Max Chen has declared truce between the Red Arrow and the Luminous Path.
A truce? Are you certain?
Majestic 12 attacked the club. I think he would consider forming an alliance.
Mr. Denton, you are the man I hoped you were. Tracer Tong is inside, in his laboratory below the compound. The door is in our sparring room. He will know what to do next. To enter our compound, use the code 1997.
You must have won great favor with the Dragon Head.
Please, complete your business and then go.
Mr. Tong, you know my brother Paul Denton.
Yes, a reliable man. So your kill switch has been activated.
I feel fine, but it's been over 16 hours.
See how easily our technologies turn on us? The more power you think you have, the more quickly it slips from your hands.
Can you do something about it?
That will depend. You, like your brother, are an extraordinary piece of technology. I never pass up the chance to try a new blade, but I fear at the crucial moment I may lift up my arm to strike and you will twist free of my grasp.
In other words, I'll owe you a favor.
Indeed, as will your friend Mr. Jacobson, a man of much useful knowledge. He arrived in Hong Kong shortly after you did. I was forced to keep him in custody until I could verify his identity and his loyalties.
I assume he checked out.
I believe he is sincere. Now, go down the stairs to the operating platform, and I will examine your systems.
That's it?
A simple switch, as they call it.
Have you heard from Paul?
On his way, according to smuggler in New York. He will be fine. Meanwhile, we still face the likelihood of a triad war here in Hong Kong.
Quick and Chen declared a truce just a few minutes ago.
A good bit of diplomacy, I admit, but it won't hold. Not with the sword left to be fought over.
I think they'll be slow to anger with Maggie Chow out of the picture.
No. In their system, the sword is a doomsday weapon, a temptation. We must recover the Raman coding from VersaLife and make it available to both triads.
So that's all you expect in the way of a favor? A little corporate espionage?
The first of many favors. Remember, I saved your life. Now pay attention. The VersaLife elevator north of the market will require an employee number. Try 06288. Once inside, find Mr. Hundley, the shift supervisor. He can be persuaded to give you access to the labs.
Hundley.
You will find him receptive. He is the corrupt official who sold the Red Arrow the technology to begin with.
I'll find the Raman coding, but I'm not your henchman. I'll help you as long as we have a mutual interest.
If you choose to fight Majestic 12, you will need an ally. We will have a mutual interest for some time. In fact, I took the liberty of setting up a computer account for you. Login JC Denton. Password Sanctuary. Feel free to use the machine in my office. We have much to offer one another if we cooperate.
Tong is in the operating theater. Police facility.
You took a big risk following me here. Thanks.
When you believe in something, you've just got to do it.
How'd you find Tong so quickly?
Turns out I knew him all along. tt_undernet.0924.243.886. I posted a message to the board and contacted me himself.
Any news from Jaime?
No sign of him yet. I hope he made it.
Yeah, me too. Did you ever dig up anything about this Daedalus character? I'm still hearing from him.
Actually, I did, sort of. Crypto says Daedalus was supposedly a government AI project, also known as Echelon 4.
Supposedly?
I'm getting this from anonymous crypto boards. Daedalus was supposed to beat the old content recognition problem in surveillance. It was a program that could search all the terabytes of intercepted messages for subversive content.
So, what happened?
Never panned out as far as I know. The problem was just too hard. They blew through a lot of taxpayer money, but finally had to scrap the whole project.
So the thing that's talking in my head is, what, resurrected AI?
I wish I knew.
Welcome to VersaLife. We make tomorrow look like yesterday. How can I help you?
I'm looking for Mr. Hundley.
He's upstairs making his rounds. Look for a man in a black suit.
Thank you.
If you need help, talk to one of the receptionists.
You worked at Psionics? You look like you could have the gift.
Mr. Hundley, shift supervisor. Who might you be?
I'm contracting this month. Quite a facility you have here.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, we're pretty proud of the work we're doing.
Any chance I could get a tour of the labs?
Oh, no, I'm afraid not. Trade secrets and all that.
I'll make it worth your while.
To the tune of what? 2,000?
Never mind.
So much for the schedule, right, mate?
The schedule? Yeah, sure.
It's swell to miss a day of work, but they bloody hell better push back the delivery. I know I won't be done.
They'll understand.
At least the super freighters on our way to America. No more special agents nosing about up here.
Special agents?
You know, the ones in the suits with grey skin. Eyes tattooed on the backs of their necks. I'd sure like to know what was in those tanks to make them so uptight. Didn't get a jot of work done today.
What?
Just looking around.
People are trying to concentrate.
They keep you up here pretty late.
That's because they don't want people looking over my shoulder.
Why not?
Huh. I guess it doesn't matter what I say anymore. It's because I falsify all the records, okay?
They probably don't want you telling people that.
So, I don't care. I figured it out today, how they do it. People with my job got the Great Death. In a couple of weeks, I could be in a camp. I could already be sick.
Why would they do that?
Whatever's in those labs, stuff goes in there. Instruments, military personnel. None of it goes on the record. Iverson had this job, that's why he got sick. Chang, Kylie, Watts. Now it's me.
I'd really like to check out those labs.
You some kind of spy or something?
Does it matter?
If I get you down there, can you do something for me?
What's that?
Hundley, kill him. I bet you could do it. You guys have ways to keep from getting caught. I can give you clearance.
I want to see those labs.
Mr. Hundley checks the logs every 5 minutes. I can't do anything while he's around.
All right, I killed your boss.
You mean?
He's out of the picture. I'd advise you not to hang around too long. Now how about getting me into the labs?
Well, okay. Sure, it doesn't matter to me. The code to the elevator is 6512. I'll make sure you have access once you get to the lab. Operation down there.
Cleared for research and development level.
You the one they just cleared for level 1?
Yeah, that's me.
You are welcome to stroll around the laboratories, but respect the work that we do here. Your security pass can be canceled with no warning.
I've looked forward to this for a long time.
Security is watching through the cameras. If you cause trouble, an alarm will sound, and the guards won't wait to ask questions.
Yes, sir. I'll try not to get in anyone's way.
Do not ask the scientists questions. They are very busy. You shouldn't be back here.
It is a simple request.
Lab procedure forbids.
The psionics laboratory.
The psionics laboratory has no business worrying about weak interactions between incidental subatomic particles.
Our work on Fitjov Capra.
Capra. A quantum quack.
Don't criticize what you don't understand. Scientific progress depends upon collaboration.
Maybe you should cross your legs, onto yourself, and try to read my mind.
The sharing of data between departments should be automatic.
VersaLife did not achieve 1 trillion credit equity by disclosing R&D materials.
We work in the same building.
Our results can be understood only by a few dozen people on the planet, none of whom are psionics engineers.
It's really a question of abstraction.
Exactly.
You can't be dealing with this sort of thing on the base pair level.
Essentially what I told Miss Chow. Tissue augmentation. It's not a matter of twiddling bits. You met the American team? Have a look around. The project is finally starting to heat up.
We are having an important discussion. We need to stay focused on tools.
In principle, yes, I agree.
The older scientists don't grasp what it means to have so much data.
Still, we have to throw them a bone once in a while.
With the right software, organism design should be indistinguishable from CAD-CAM.
We'll rip up another non-Mendelian. They love the Karkians.
I don't recall being informed of any visitors.
Encoding should be in this wing of the laboratory.
These are private quarters.
The process is going smoothly then?
Better than we expected. The array of reaction modules has allowed the UC to perform multiple constructions in parallel.
Wonderful. We'll have to try that trick at Area 51.
The problem, you understand, is primarily a security concern.
Never mind that punk from UNATCO. The security here is adequate, and we have a long-term program guaranteed to make him irrelevant. We call it Icarus.
Icarus?
A sweet bit of engineering. You'll like it, but we can't talk here. Your office?
No time. Tell me on the way.
Something odd about his biometrics. Cold. Cold and dark. Goes on forever.
Please, you'll upset the subject.
Quiet here. Could use some action.
humans need to complete the sword. Go to the temple next to the market. I will bring together the dragon heads for a meeting.
Built for research and development.
I was down in the labs. Do you know what they're doing?
Something with genetics and nanotech, that's all I know.
Take my advice and get out of here. I can't tell you any more than that.
The market will stay open all night.
It is decided. There will be a truce. Let us be quiet. Agent Denton from America has retrieved the software component. Please accept our gratitude.
It is my honor.
Begin.
As the faces of a perfect blade are reflections of one another, as they join together to make a perfect edge, so we shall form one blade, not the male and female swords of Galjiang, one which must avenge the other, but one weapon, precise in its purpose, though wielded by many arms.
And much as the steel sharpens its edge and anneals its own surfaces, let us preserve, together, the form of our traditions.
The only enduring work of man, that which is born again with the next generation.
Forever.
Forever.
Again, accept our thanks, Mr. Denton. You will have to join us for drinks at the Lucky Money later tonight. In the meantime, Mr. Tong wants to see you.
Thanks for the offer. Maybe I'll stop by.
Come, join us for drinks at the Lucky Money. We must celebrate. Tracer Tong will want to congratulate you. All right, get out. Enough games in the temple.
There was a shootout. Please clear them.
I cannot. I am not allowed.
At last, we are one triad. My good friend, let me express my gratitude. A bottle of wine. On me. Yum Sing.
I can't carry anything else right now, but thanks for the offer.
This is my club. Let me give you one of our better wines. An imported vintage from Napa Valley. The lieutenant, we had to go through the precinct sergeant.
A cordial relationship, as I would describe it.
You had him in your back pocket all the time.
Only one of many important officials loyal to the Red Arrow. And you have the capacity for large shipments?
Any product, any port of origin, any destination.
I might have some items. A certain segment of inventory.
The Luminous Path can ship penguins to Norway and document that they came from Japan. A rare man, the maker of peace.
Your operations must have been difficult without official protection.
A minor inconvenience. Not as difficult as you must have found running a business without distribution.
Not even noticeable. The Red Arrow makes many big deals.
I will show you what big is. 50 tons per month, with no help from the big officials. The peace you have created between our two triads is a truly precious gift. Please accept our finest vintage. a Chianti from a private winery in Questa Grossa, Italy. 2015. Yum Sing.
They say there is a German-speaking man looking for you. He smashed up a bar in Wan Chai.
Peace between the triads is now official.
Good. We begin to operate from a position of strength. We will start manufacturing the swords and distributing them to our allies.
What next? VersaLife was crawling with troops. I think they were hiding more than sword technology down there.
Tell me about the labs. Paul and I concluded that VersaLife does the manufacturing, while the real research takes place in North America.
Plenty of scientists. Biotech, physics, nanotech, several research divisions. It would seem we still have a mutual interest.
We know they manufacture ambrosia. If you went back and gained access to the Level 2 labs, perhaps you would find something on the Grey Death. Your brother's failure in New York has left me with nothing.
You think you could find a cure?
That cannot be determined until I have a schematic of the virus particle and the molecular structure of ambrosia.
I'll go back, but won't they be ready for me?
There's a back way at the north end of the Canal Road Tunnel, which is just east of the temple. I sent an agent in that way once. She turned up a key code to the Nanotech Research Wing, 55655, but no data.
Worth a try.
By the way, VersaLife lost one of their R&D men in the Canal Road Tunnel collapse. A guy we think was carrying nanotech assets. He did some of the basic research that went into your implants. You might take a look, if you don't mind going for a dive.
Maybe I'll check it out.
Perhaps you can locate and destroy the manufacturing facilities as well.
There is a device in here called a universal constructor. It is one of the only two devices in the world capable of producing the nanomechanical virus called the Grey Death. I require you to destroy it. Use the code 525.
Look for a computer terminal somewhere in Level 2 lab. If you find it, I can upload the data I need through your infolink.
door is in the laboratory up ahead. This storage area would be a logical place to find a stockpile of the virus. I don't know why it's so empty.
The Universal Constructor is in this facility.
Bad move, Agent.
You should never have sent me to the police station. What did you expect? That they would arrest me? Turns out you're on your way to being one of Hong Kong's most wanted yourself.
I have always been one of the most wanted. I will deal with the police in the way I deal with the slanderous press.
How's that?
Precisely the way I am going to deal with you. Time to die, JC.
Seems to be some inventory data here. VersaLife has been synthesizing the Grey Death virus in great quantities. The entire stockpile has been loaded onto a super freighter going to New York. Interesting. The previous owner of the ship was standing down. Ever hear of the Illuminati? Come back to the compound. I have much to tell you. Tracking down this Dowd connection. Illuminati fingerprints all over the sterics. I'm talking about the molecule shape. 17 segments, 23 coupling points. Only Illuminati technicians use sleeve bearings with 34-fold and 46-fold symmetry. Multiples of 17 and 23? 17, 23? The birth of Adam Weishaupt? Not a coincidence.
Your doctor friend is here, down in the infirmary.
Tong fix you up? Yeah, you? You cut it pretty close. I'm in pretty bad shape. Looks like I'll be living in Hong Kong for a couple of months. Will you get better? Any permanent damage? I'll recover, but not right away. You'll be on your own for a while. I hear you've already been keeping busy. Just getting to know the locals. Turns out VersaLife had a universal constructor. They were synthesizing the virus right here. Tong told me. Not a cheap gizmo. Majestic 12 sure does a lot of R&D. Every ruler needs a power base. Without the people, well, you need something to use against them. I'm going to see what Tong has to say about the schematics I recovered. Hey, do me a favor. Get better. I'm working on it. Don't know if I care for your sense of humor.
Humor?
The Illuminati stuff. I was risking my life in there.
No joke, Mr. Diddon. They're quite real. Though not as powerful as they were at the beginning of the century. I know a few of the former leaders.
Like Stanton Dowd?
Yes. Plus Beth Duclair, Morgan Everett. Most of them in Paris, I understand.
What do they have to do with Majestic 12?
A question for Dowd. I will contact him in New York. Hopefully he will agree to meet you.
What about a hacker named Daedalus?
A valuable informant. He sent me one of the codes I needed to find that super freighter.
A super freighter? That's enough virus to infect a continent.
Your pilot is landing in the courtyard. Find out and see if he knows where the ship is going or how we can stop it. In any case, it is time you left Hong Kong. There is word of a UNATCO agent searching for you here. A German, they say. Augmented.
Tell your people not to tangle with him. I'll deal with him myself. Do you have what you need to synthesize a cure?
The data you recovered should provide an answer. In time.
I also destroyed the Universal Constructor they were using to manufacture the virus.
A Universal Constructor? I should have known.
But I did it on the advice of the hacker, Daedalus. Who is he, really? Alex says he may be an AI, part of an old government program.
An AI? The thought occurred to me, but more likely it is cover for a real human being.
But who?
A powerful man, we must assume. I don't like mysteries, but at least he appears to be on our side.
I don't like mysteries either.
Your friend Jock is waiting in the courtyard.
Looks like we all made it.
And just in time. I hear Simons had me on his blacklist.
Maybe so. I'm glad that you're safe.
I slipped out right after your escape. Security was a shambles, so I brought you a little something from the supply closet.
You didn't have to take that kind of risk.
It was worth it, trust me. They gave me a funny look in customs, but I managed to bring over an augmentation upgrade canister.
Isn't that sensitive technology?
I just told them that I do business with VersaLife. VersaLife seems to be a magic word in Hong Kong.
Well, thanks. Now hang tight for a while. UNATCO will be looking for you.
Hurry, we're afraid the police will follow you here.
Tom filled me in. So we have to dig up Stanton Dowd?
Yeah, you know him?
I heard a few things. I think Harley Philbin knows how to contact him. I always thought Philbin was pulling my leg about the Illuminati, though.
I guess we'll find out when we get to New York. Let's not waste any time.